Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new Ace Eyes podcast. And today I'm joined again by the legendary one and only Ben. How are you,
Big
Ben?
surprise here. Big surprise. I'm quite fine. Thank you, Max. How about you?
We never have other guests, so it's
No.
it's just
Yeah. If someone has some interest in it, please hit us up. You can always join us.
yeah. We should maybe try like some different guests on.
Yeah, if you take a look at other podcasts on YouTube, when they talk about gaming and stuff, they always are with like 3, 4 guys. So yeah, maybe we should try it as well. Someone with a lot of energy, with a lot
Yeah.
of charisma, you know.
Do you have a fine holiday period?
Mate, we have a holiday. The past year was one big holiday. You know, I mean, so,
Yeah, that's true.
the only difference that our Christmas tree is all set up. And how are you, Max?
Yeah,
Are you doing
I
well?
had to help like set up my Christmas tree with my mom, and she needs to have every ornament in there in that tree.
So how long did it take before you had the tree?
Yeah,
standing
probably like half a day.
up? Oh, holy shit, mate. Yeah. For the
Yeah.
rest, I mean, how is school and stuff?
That's pretty good. I'm a little bit busy because I have like these individual projects that I'm working on at
Mhm.
school. But I'm also busy with doing reviews for Ace Eyes. I've been playing Cyberpunk. We will get to that, but like the shit show that is Cyberpunk at the moment.
No, we won't. No,
No.
we won't talk about Cyberpunk.
That otherwise we don't really have a.
So this
lot
was
of
the ending of
topics.
our podcast, and we will see you the next time.
No, we will talk about it. Let's do a little quick update for Ace Eyes. So at the moment, you are reviewing Assassin's Creed. How is that going?
So everything was going fine. You know, I was playing the game. I thought, yeah, my plan was to finish it and review it before Cyberpunk would release, because I knew once Cyberpunk would release, I wouldn't have it live anymore.
Yeah.
Then I got sick. I couldn't play for a week, so Assassin's Creed fell behind. Then Cyberpunk got released. Then I had to make a choice: or finish Assassin's Creed and make the review, or start playing Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed would fall into my backlog. It was option B. So I'm sorry. I have Assassin's Creed. I promise. Next week, I will upload.
Next
the
week, is that a
review.
promise?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. I promise. Next
Okay.
week, and then I have another review. I mean, the script is ready for the Falconeer,
All right.
or one of our game testers finished it, and he sent me the documents and the pictures. But
Is
I
that
was
like
too.
a website exclusive, or is it also going to be a video?
It depends how much I need to study for my exams. I for sure, 100% it will be for a website. Uh, I can't promise it next week. It will be for YouTube as well, but I think I will make it for YouTube as well. It will be this holiday too. So within this and 2 weeks.
All right, that's pretty nice.
And you, Max?
Yeah, I have been working hard on Cyberpunk, but I also finished Spider-Man not too long ago. But that was at the same time with Yakuza, and I did Yakuza first. That review is already out on YouTube.
Mm.
I will still also be doing Spider-Man. I have even like the script ready for it. But I will just, because of all what's happening with Cyberpunk, I'm going to do that first anyway, and then I will do Spider-Man quickly after that. So you guys will still get 2 reviews from me. I'm also playing a different small game next to Cyberpunk with a girl. I think it's called the Pathless, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, do you know it? The Pathless?
Never heard of it.
So it's basically an indie game for exclusive to PlayStation 4 and 5, and it has some PlayStation 5 features with the rumbling. It has some really good gameplay, and it looks visually pretty nice. Maybe I will do a review for that one as well, because it's a pretty small game. Maybe I can. Maybe that one will be like a web exclusive.
Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, you can always share it. We have a small problem with the website. The Devilish Ace sent me a message a few weeks ago, and again yesterday, saying that he received some emails. So we receive emails every time someone makes a comment on one of our articles. We have a big spam problem on our website. I mean, this is so strange because I have a plugin installed that's supposed to counter this, but it just doesn't work at all. We have this big Russian text going all over the place below our articles, and I have no fucking idea what I have to do to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Is there not like a tutorial for on YouTube that you can just look up and maybe...
Yeah, they all point to that plugin. I already installed on our website, but it just doesn't work. And this is this strange Russian language, and there is a link with it going to a gambling website. So please, when you see this, it's not from us, and do not click on it, because I think you will have a virus or something. But so there are some small problems.
We have the
website.
professional gaming journalism here.
We really need some more people helping us with these things, because I don't understand jack shit about it. But how is YouTube going? Because I know YouTube is more your
well, the views stay the same. I get around the 20 to 30 views for a review. So it's not going up, but it's also not going down. At least that's, I guess, something. So.
Yay! No, sure. I mean, that's great. I was looking at your old YouTube channel yesterday, and I saw this video you made from that. What was it called? Was it the Smash Bros. Meme with all the YouTubers?
Oh, with the most views I have, the 21,000.
You just had 21,000 views on that video. I thought it was wow.
Yeah, it got like the time that I uploaded that, you get like in the algorithm, and then the views are just booming. That meme was basically marching up. You also had like PewDiePie. He made a video about the Super Smash Bros. Memes just, I think, the same day that I uploaded it, my own version of it. So that's why it got maybe a lot of views.
Yeah, it was insane. I hope one day we will reach the same with Ace Eyes as a real audience. I mean, that would be great. I mean, 21,000 views. Maybe for these big YouTubers, it isn't that much, but
for me, it was so much. I was constantly like checking my phone for updates, like 1,000 more, and then 1,000 more the next like 2 hours. That was pretty cool.
But you also made it quite nice. I mean, it was a good video as well. So
yeah, I worked my ass off for that one. I had to do like Photoshop and Premiere Pro video editing in between, and that was pretty painful.
But you got the audience it deserved. I mean, the views it deserved.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty happy. So, do we have anything else to mention? I guess, we still need to give our highest tiers, the personal thank you video, but we still aren't able to do it. We need
we
to
are just
stay
physically
at home.
not allowed. Yeah, we can't. It sucks because we actually had a really fun idea about how we were going to approach it. But
yeah, but we will still do it, but just at a later time, hopefully when COVID-19 is
like 2022 or something.
2022. Oh shit! We still need to do that thank you video of 2 years ago.
No, but we promise. We as soon as this we can have physical contact again, we will promise that we will fix this, because we feel a little bit. How can I say it? It sucks, I mean, Max and I really had a great idea about how we were going to do it, and now we just can't.
Yeah, it sucks. This whole time sucks. But luckily, we're close to 2021, and hopefully that's a bit better.
Let's hope, yeah.
So, let's start then. So,
it is shit. Pure shit. One big fucking shit show.
Let's talk about Cyberpunk. The Cyberpunk release. No, it's. So I wanted to talk first about our own thoughts and our own experience of playing. I have played now 50 hours, and I also finished the main storyline. How far are you?
I think in hours we equal the amount of hours, but I think I did some more time on exploring and stuff. I didn't finish the main missions yet, or the main storyline, I mean.
All right. So in my opinion, I find this game amazing. The story is really well done. The side quests are, in my opinion, the same level as Witcher 3. I don't know how you think about that. Well, the gameplay is really fun. The combat system is also, in my opinion, better than Witcher. But Witcher has this sword fighting, and it basically serves the purpose of the combat and not to have like a very difficult combat system, but it's not a combat system that has like a lot of parries or blocks like Ghost of Tsushima or something like that. And it's not really, in my opinion, necessary. And Cyberpunk, at least with its shooting, goes a little bit further with the type of weapons that you have, and the fact that there's a lot of recoil in the beginning if you don't have any skill points towards a certain gun. Like I like the gunplay. Only maybe the melee combat with the swords is a little bit on the stiff side, but even that is not really that like impactful for me. So I really want to know what is your opinion on the things I said.
I loved it. Every aspect of the game, I loved it. Talking about story, great story, well written, good characters. It had lore. It had a really cyberpunk feeling as well. When you were playing the game, what the story was trying to bring to you, gameplay wise. It was just pure fun. I mean, the first time you step in a car, or the first time you shoot, or it just felt natural, good, and fun to play. Graphics wise, I know that the first evening when I played, there was this bug on the Xbox that when you put your time zone on New Zealand, the game unlocked even hours before it should have been unlocked. So I was playing this, and Max was actually watching with me, and our jaws were actually like dropping open on how beautiful the city was, and how great that the graphics actually were. Yes, we were playing on next-gen consoles. I can't talk about previous gen consoles. Like, we have seen that there were problems with PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, but graphical wise, we didn't really encounter, or at least I didn't really encounter any problems. I just loved it. I loved it.
Well,
And
of
yes,
course, we had our own bugs, I think, too.
yeah. That's what I was going to say. There were bugs, yes, but It didn't feel like these bugs were game breaking for me. Yeah, I had some hard crashes. We had to restart our game like every once in an hour. But so what? I mean, for the further part, the game was good. It was polished. It didn't feel bad optimized as well. I don't know how it was for you, Max, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was pretty. The only thing I really don't like is the fact that if you I play on the PlayStation 5, and I have constantly I have perfect 60 frames per second, and when you go to a different area in the open world, and you play for I think 1.5 hours, you will get a crash basically. So I had like 8 crashes in a day. Luckily though, the PlayStation 5 is really fast with its SSD, so I got the game starting in less than half a minute. So those crashes didn't really impact me that much. And I also had visual bugs. For instance, if you have these different crosshairs for every thing you equip. If you have like a gun, or the mantis blades have their own crosshair, and sometimes it would be stuck on a particular crosshair, or like UI would overlap with each other.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And then I had to, and if it was unreadable, then I had to save the game and then just load that save, and then it would be gone basically.
But these things aren't unfixable.
No, they are fixable for sure. Basically the real problem with the game lies in the old generation consoles, the base PlayStation 4 and the base Xbox One and the slim versions. They just can't run the game whatsoever. They have massive frame drops into the tens frames per second, and textures wouldn't load in. Have you seen some of these videos?
Yeah, they looked horrible, and I really feel sorry for people who play on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, because it isn't the same as it was for us.
No,
the game on these consoles are actually quite unplayable at some point, and you can't look past these bugs anymore, because that are just not bugs anymore. It are just missing game mechanics and game structures and game code builds things. I don't know how to explain it, but these aren't bugs anymore. This is just a broken game.
Yeah, if you want to refund the game, of course, I'm not going to say don't refund it. I'm just going to say if you do like the game, maybe hold off on refunding. Or maybe, you can refund, and but you need to play the game. That's what I want to say. If you refund now, just get your $60 back, but buy the game again when all the patches are out in 4 to 5 months, and buy the game when it's cheaper, and you will have a great experience. I will also mention this in my review. The next gen versions and the current gen versions are like 2 different games. And so I haven't said anything yet to you, Ben. I have an idea with my review to give 2 different scores for 2 different platforms. Would that be an idea to do?
Yeah, because it isn't the same game.
Yeah,
If you look at the PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation 5, it isn't the same game. It's a different game.
yeah, I will do take this with me in the review, and I will just give it 2 different scores. And I will also say that these scores that I'm giving now are temporary. I am willing to change the scores because the game is so good. Normally, I don't really make these exceptions, but because the story and the gameplay, the game has so much quality that I am willing to change the score in like 4 months. Yeah, I will see if they changed and fixed a lot of the bugs, and if that's the case, I will higher the score, or maybe even lower it if they don't do anything. But they will. I know CG Projekt Red by now. Witcher 3 was also very buggy when that released.
In the beginning, yeah.
And they fixed a lot with Witcher 3, and now it's one of the best games ever made. So,
you know what is a pity, Max? The game in its current state on previous or current gen, I don't know how you want to call it, consoles is just one big mess. But there is just something in me that says it isn't completely CG Projekt Red's fault that the game in its current state has been launched. In my opinion, I think, I'm not sure, but I think that they didn't want to release the game in its current state either. But they had no choice. They had no choice because of the fans. They were getting death threats, and they were getting their stock market value was dropping by the day, and so it were their fans. It was their own staff, because they were working 24/7 practically on the game, and they were just release it so it gives us a little bit more of a buffer zone. And their investors were like breathing in their necks, saying, "Hey, make sure to release the game, but otherwise we will take our money and go somewhere else." So, I mean,
I think
the game was so ambitious in its scope, and it's the hype that got the game killed eventually.
I do believe, though, that because I have seen some investor calls online, I do think there is something wrong with the management there, the upper management. That it's not the developers.
No, sure not.
The fault is not with the developers. I think they just need to do something in their management. Yeah.
If this game had a let's say, and now you're laughing at me because I was one of those people demanding that the game should be released. But if this game had 1 year extra development, give it 1 year, I think everyone would say that this was the new standard for next gen games.
Yes. And I will say to you, like, in 5 months, not even a year, but in 5 months, when all the technical issues are gone, they will suddenly say, "Oh, this game was far underrated. It's a great game." You know.
In my opinion, and this is maybe a little bit brutal, but in my opinion, if you refund the game now, you shouldn't be able to buy it the second time.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion, and
well,
that's maybe a little bit too.
Like, I do understand people who play on
current, sure, but don't refund it if you play it on the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series S. But there are. I have seen the statistics of the percentages of people who refunded the game on every different console, and there was still, of course, the bigger numbers were on previous/current gen consoles, but there was still a big amount of people playing on next gen consoles that refunded the game, and I just don't understand why. Because there is nothing wrong with the next gen version of the game.
Well, there are still bugs, but they aren't any significantly.
Max,
No.
Skyrim still has bugs
Yes,
until
I
this
know.
very fucking day.
Yeah.
The game is fucking buggy as hell. And still people play the shit out of it. They will bring it for the new Samsung microwave. Skyrim will get released and still people will buy that shit. I mean, I love Skyrim. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't understand that you can say, the game is buggy. But in its fucking core, the game is amazing.
Yeah.
So stop whining and just play
And
the fucking
I think
game.
a lot of people use these bugs as an excuse to say that the core game isn't good.
Yeah, for what? For being the interesting guy? No, because you're talking bullshit. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't.
Well, I have this in my review. If just think hard on this refund, because CG Projekt Red already has these financial issues. Think hard on refunding, and I want to say something like what I find really amazing about Cyberpunk is some of the side quests that I have played are so dark. I've seen some dark shit, but this takes the cake. I can. There's one quest called Peter Pan, I think. Did you play that?
Nope.
That's with the detective. Jesus. And there's also this crucifixion quest with a prisoner, and he basically I can't really spoil it, but he wants to crucify himself, and a corpo is taking advantage of that. And basically recording. Yeah, I'm spoiling it, but
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah.
it's a small side quest. But this universe is so dark, and even the endings aren't that happy either. There is one ending I got probably the most happiest ending. What you can call
just
happy.
say it.
And all the other endings were not that like happy whatsoever.
Happy. Talking about happy endings, am I the only one finding that the sex scenes in Cyberpunk are a bit awkward?
Yeah. But they are funny.
I mean,
though.
they are funny, but they are awkward as hell. I mean, really, holy shit.
Apparently, the sex scene with Judy is pretty good. Actually, that's the most normal one. But you can also only romance Judy if you have the female V.
Yeah, because she's lesbian.
Yeah.
She said it once, she was lesbian. So, but yeah. Talking about happy endings. Yeah, I was just came in my mind when you were talking about it. Sorry, continue if you want to say something more.
And then, of course, the one and only Johnny Silverhand. What is your opinion on Johnny Silverhand in the game? He's going to be one of my favorite NPCs. He's so funny and dark and sarcastic sometimes. And what do you think of him?
I am not gay, but if Keanu Reeves ever asks me to marry him, I will say yes.
He has such a charisma on him. But at the same time, he's so humble.
Yeah, but the character Johnny Silverhand is so well written, and the voice acting is well done as well. I really love that he's like a douchebag, mixed with being funny, mixed with being serious. I mean, he has it all.
But
he has it all.
What's so great? You start off with him being a dick and a douchebag. But the more quests that you do with him and the main storyline that you follow, you basically change his character, but he also changes the protagonist V.
Because he starts smoking because of him.
Yeah,
you know, smoking is bad, kids.
But not only that, like the capitalism kind of thinking gets to V, and you know, they do a very great dynamic between those two in the main storyline that I love. I also have that in the review. So yeah, Johnny Silverhand, that's amazing. There's even, have you done like that side quest with his side quest that you do something with the band, samurai band?
I have done some side quests where you are him in the past, but I don't really remember what you're talking about.
No, those are main storyline.
Yeah. Well, I can't really remember.
You basically after the I won't try to spoil a lot, but after the Voodoo Boys, you get a side quest from him, which is called Chippin' In. That's also the song name, one of his song names. If you do that quest, you get his gun and his car, but you will have to take also the right options, dialogue options. And after that quest, you can have more quests with him and also his old band, basically. I won't spoil too much, but I should have. I thought like those quests should have been in the main storyline. They are like that good. So don't forget to do those. They are
I will play every single mission of the game. So at some point.
What do you think of the driving?
Oh, I found it so hard in the beginning, but it how do you say this in English? You get used to it eventually.
Yeah. But
motorcycles are actually easier to drive than regular cars.
I'm just like I bought the motorcycle that is inspired by one of my favorite movies, Akira, and I just like drive with it in first person, not even third person. And most of the time, third person driving is a bit easier. Motorcycles are easier to drive. But do you also have already like a very expensive sports car?
But I'm looking at the photos because I really can't remember the name.
I have a very expensive one. You can there are like YouTube tutorials on how you get it for free, and that's that
cheap,
one.
Max.
I guess it is, but the handling on driving with the very expensive cars are easier. Like I thought, it's the RPG mechanics in the world that like the shittier cars, the more like cheaper cars drive shittier and shitty controls, whereas these expensive ones they drive better. Like,
you know, the car that I bought had the American flag on the top of it, but I can't find it anymore.
Yeah, I can't remember all the names. I also have the car from the trailer. The sports car.
Oh.
But in a different color. And that's with a side quest. But it's a very difficult side quest. So, are there any real disappointments next to the bugs and performance that you do find with the core game?
It's not disappointing, but I think they should revamp the inventory system. It when you have a lot in your inventory, it just gets impossible to look at.
A little bit too clutter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah. I do have like one big disappointment. The starter path that you choose.
Mm-hmm.
I expected a bit more impact and
Mm-hmm,
choices,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
but it's not that it's not enough. You do have like these exclusive dialogue options, and you even have like 1 to 2 exclusive quests to your
Mm-hmm.
starter point. You chose Corpo and I chose a Nomad.
Yeah.
I did expect a bit more out of that, but it's not really deal breaking to me.
Nah. Yeah, you're right. Gives you some interesting dialogue options, and the beginning of the game is different.
They are
But that's
more
it.
they tend to be more dialogue options that don't really have a consequence to them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. The the life path that you choose in the beginning should have a little bit more of an impact
Yeah.
on game. Let's say it that way. Because at this point, yeah, where you start is different, but that's it. I
And
mean,
there
yeah,
is
you can have.
there is some impact, and there is even did you know, like, I just discovered this, I didn't know this, but in the street kid path you even have like an exclusive fixer NPC that you don't even see with the Nomad or Corpo path whatsoever. You never meet this guy.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Holy shit! I don't
that's
know.
cool, but I expected like your Nomad for instance to have like, or your Corpo, that you can, for instance, if you are in a situation with as a corpo, that you can like bribe or something.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be a nice addition, but yeah, sadly, it doesn't really. It isn't really reflected in the game when you're playing actively.
But but I'm also, I do find it good enough. Let me say it
It's
like this.
it is good enough. I mean, it doesn't feel like there is really something missing. But I think if they would add more impactable stuff when choosing different life paths, I think then you will be like, oh, yeah, this is much better actually because it has more of an impact now.
Yeah. One more negative that I did mention is the you have these skill checks when you are talking to an NPC or a quest giver, and you basically have the right skill check. For instance, you need to have like 8 points in cool, for instance, or 8 points in intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you press the skill check and you still can't progress for some reason. Did you have those moments?
No, actually never.
I did, but they tend to be with smaller quest givers,
Oh.
and I don't know why. But if you like need to push it in a certain direction, then why have this option? You know?
Yeah, I do understand what you're saying. Yeah.
So, but it doesn't. That's one like little thing. It doesn't impact me in the bigger picture. They could also like explain it lore wise and story wise that it won't work, but still, why is it there?
Yeah, yeah. It does. It feels, yeah, not useless, but yeah,
It feels a little cheap.
cheap. Yeah, yeah.
And then you have the economy system that is a bit broken if you want the legendary gear. That those cost like, for example, the legendary mantis blades and the legendary cyberware. Those cost like in 100,000 eddies, and if you want to buy that, you will have to grind a lot. So I would love it if they would change a little bit in the in-game economy, that it's a bit easier. But that's really it, in my opinion. I love the rest of the game. I'm getting triggered by a thing like I see online, a lot of people say that the NPCs that roam around, they feel lifeless. But you know, The Witcher. I mentioned this. I've mentioned this in my impressions video as well as my review. The Witcher 3 has the exact same NPC system, the exact same. And a lot of people still say that The Witcher 3 is this like game of all time. Cyberpunk doesn't do a lot different in that regard.
No, it doesn't. But keep in mind, Max. How to say it? So Cyberpunk. Oh wait, give me a second. Witcher 3 got released in May 2015. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk, December 2020. It's 5-year difference. Is it not a little bit cheap to use the same NPC system from 5 years ago? I mean, yeah, it is the same, and it was fine, but give it a little bit more extra of a,
But they expect like this Skyrim Fallout interaction.
Cyberpunk is not. That's bullshit.
Yeah, and they expect that every NPC is interactable, but that's just not possible. There are far more NPCs in Cyberpunk and Witcher.
You need to take a look. You need to look at it like this: the NPCs in Skyrim, for example, is a gameplay mechanic.
Yeah.
NPCs in Cyberpunk is an environment mechanic.
Yes.
It's not the same.
Yes. There you go. Thank you. Someone that mentions this,
Now, I found this really funny bug with the NPCs. They were like rendering in front of my eyes and disappearing in front of my eyes. So they should really
and to be honest,
out,
like you can interact with them. There is even like a talk option, and they just say one line. And in Witcher 3, you don't even have that. And there are like NPCs. If you listen to like conversations that some NPCs have, there's this a very good example in the beginning of the game of two policemen beneath V's apartment
with the guy's apartment.
Yes, and if you wouldn't listen to that and interact with the police officers after that conversation, you would miss that side quest totally.
Oh my god, this was one of the first side quests that I got I checked out, and I'm going to be honest, I'm like 40 hours further now, and I still didn't go to that guy's apartment.
I did. But isn't that enough? I mean, all right, every NPC in Skyrim is interactable, but there are like far less NPCs in Skyrim, because that's a whole game mechanic around it. And, they aren't going to make every NPC in Assassin's Creed, like, interactable. Or
Assassin's Creed NPCs are less accessible than in Cyberpunk.
Yeah, do you get what I mean? I find that such a weird, like, criticism, but,
People need to complain about something, Max. It's just that simple. Everybody is complaining about Cyberpunk, and if you find something different to complain about, you're more interesting, and more people are going to listen to you, and it's your ego boost.
One more thing I wanted to say: the wanted system. I do get those complaints that it's too easy, but
it's cheap. Holy shit, it's cheap.
But the game is not made to be this GTA style of to have this GTA style of gameplay. You have all these big highways, or you have these small walking streets. The open world is not designed to hide your car. I said that like in my impressions video, and then I do understand from CG Projekt Red's like point of view that let's make it a little bit easier than to escape.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, but I mean, like I had this moment. If it would be in real life, it would have been called a terrorist attack because I was just driving my car over the sidewalk, and like the path of blood coming from beneath my car was just daunting. Yeah, and if you then you get out of your car and you hide in a small sideway somewhere, and after 1 minute or maybe two, the police just like, oh yeah, we can't see him anymore, so he's probably gone. Like,
it
that
doesn't
feels
really
a little
bother
bit
me,
cheap.
at least
Nah,
me.
it-
If it is
then-
like a GTA, I guess you could like complain about that.
no,
but,
no, no. Let's say when you misbehave yourself in solitude, and you steal something, and you walk past the guard in Whiterun, and he's like, I know you from somewhere. You have committed crimes against the people of Skyrim. And then I'm like, bro, wow. I'm like literally on the other side of the map.
Yeah, you always have these extreme like examples with RPG games. Yeah, that's funny. So yeah, that was all the things I had to say in my opinion about Cyberpunk. You will have to see my review for the rest. But so there are like a lot of real problems. We already talked about the bugs and the crashes, so we are going just to skip that. But CG Projekt Red also has a lawsuit probably on their hands. That's
They don't deserve this. They really
No.
don't deserve this. They really did they tried. They did their best. They were ambitious. They tried to cope with the hype. The hype got into them, and this now we are where we are. And I really feel sorry for the developers as well, because I think they really gave something very special, and people just don't appreciate it.
they
I
are
really
getting
feel
a
sad for
lawsuit
them.
from their own investors.
Yeah. Yeah, but like when Sony is just saying like, nah, bro, we're getting the game out of the store.
Yeah,
just
that's this whole shit. Like, I find this so hypocritical. They didn't do this with Fallout 76. Fallout 76 was so buggy. The menu screen was buggy when I tried to play the beta. And
they were like, oh, this is fine.
This is fine.
You know this meme from the dog sitting in the house that's on fire? This is
Yeah.
fine? Yeah, that one. but with Cyberpunk, it's like the guy that got thrown out of the window on a big building. Like, I don't understand how they were like, yeah, so we're going to get Cyberpunk out of the store because it's too buggy. It's too buggy. We don't like it.
I'm going now for every game that is like this buggy and this unplayable, I'm going to tweet at Sony to remove it from their store.
Yeah, we're going to start a movement. Remove buggy games from store.
Xbox didn't do the same. They basically just keep the game in the store and they will just offer refunds.
Give the refunds.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is Microsoft.
Yeah.
I think Microsoft handled this 10 times better than Sony did.
Yeah. And that front, like Microsoft, is just better.
But yeah, on the other hand, like knowing that Microsoft lost previous gen really hard, I don't think they want to fuck this up.
No.
And with such a big game as Cyberpunk, I just don't think they want to take the risk taking it out of the store.
They basically now have like an exclusive, a digital exclusive.
Cyberpunk digital. Holy shit. Who would have thought like 2 years ago
Yeah.
that Cyberpunk would be exclusive? Holy shit.
And one thing I saw like in the news today, you have a very big problem with save file corruption. If your save files get above 8 megabytes, you have a big chance of having a corrupt save file. So that's just a warning to our viewers. If you are playing,
Don't save too much.
if you, well, it's apparently, it's if you loot a lot. Apparently, that's
Yeah,
all.
I'm someone like that. I loot the shit out of the game.
But I think this is only for PC because
Oh,
saves for like Xbox and PlayStation are like higher in file size than 8 megabytes. And we haven't had any problems whatsoever. So
no, not at all. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't update my game to the new 1.05 hotfix
yeah,
yet. So maybe that's not
I
quite too
I
soon.
already got a new problem. I was testing the game out for review on my PlayStation 4 Pro, and it does run like pretty slowly.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to get out of the main menu or like the out of the inventory menu.
Are
If
you
I
serious?
if I pressed circle to go back, it doesn't work.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I just find this also funny. I saw some funny bugs, like throwing cars like out of the middle of nowhere in the sky. Like there's a car like flying at you and crashing. Yeah, that's funny. Well,
Yeah.
and I'm Ben. Listen, I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of these people on Reddit that are constantly comparing it to GTA.
But Cyberpunk is not GTA. It's completely a different category of game.
Yeah,
It's an RPG.
it's said so many times by so many different kinds of people, and they still keep comparing this to GTA. I'm tired.
But what RPG elements? I mean, and then I'm not calling it an RPG. I'm just saying RPG elements. What RPG elements does GTA 5 have? I'm not talking about the online, but nothing. There's nothing RPG about fucking GTA. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I guess maybe it's also the marketing. Like they did show it like an action game in the newer trailers, but it has been said so many times that it's not a GTA clone. Oh well. Do you have anything to add to this Cyberpunk mess?
Nah, I'm finished. I'm done.
Yeah, I just want to end on this note. Like the review is coming. Think hard about your refund. I had a great experience with the game. I will also say this. I don't think it will be my game of the year because like normally it would be. If I just have to review it on its like content without the bugs, it would be my game of the year. But game of the year is such a title that counts for like the best game experience this year. And as an experience, I can't give it to Cyberpunk because of all the technical issues. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, maybe next year.
No. Cyberpunk will be a better game in a few months.
Yeah, for sure. Then everybody will be like, "Oh my god, this game is amazing."
Yeah. So for now, I will place Cyberpunk somewhere if we make like our game of the year list, but it's not going to be on number one.
Sad.
And normally it would be, in my opinion. Maybe yours is different. In my opinion, it would be.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Last of Us 2, so it's going to be a great contender, you know.
Fuck off, no. Okay, well. That was it for Cyberpunk. Next topic. The Game Awards. We didn't really had a lot of time to cover it. I actually even like looked at it live. I did like for half the show and then I went to bed. So I wanted to I wanted to do a podcast to predict, but there's nothing to predict anymore. All the winners are out. So I wanted to go through all the winners per category, but we're not going to do like every category because
Every single game. Nah,
there are
just
categories that we just don't give a shit about.
nah.
Best esports, I mean.
Fuck
No.
that. You know.
Just no.
Who gives a fuck about esports anyway?
Yeah.
A lot of people. Oops.
So, and then after that, we will see the announcements. So let's see. The first one is already the biggest one, Game of the Year, which is won by Last of Us Part 2.
Rightly so. I mean, game of the year, a best game ever.
No.
I loved it. Every piece of it.
You haven't even
Everything.
played it. Shut the fuck up. I did play it, and I forced myself through it. The story is horrible. Really, they throw everything they had from the first game,
out of the window.
out of the window. Yeah.
It was like that the story writer from Last of Us 2 didn't even know what happened in Last of Us 1.
Like every game on this list is more deserved than Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I mean, no, Max. It was rightly so that it got Game of the Year. It was 10 out of 10.
sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like Shadow of the Colossus. You know, I mean, it's mwah. Yes.
But maybe there are people that don't know my thing with the Shadow of the Colossus, because that's normally like a inside joke we have on my personal YouTube channel. But I basically hate Shadow of the Colossus. That's one of the most boring games I have ever played. I'm sorry, and it has the most critically acclaimed reviews. This is a masterpiece, and it's art, and it's art my ass. It's boring.
I mean, graphical wise and game mechanical wise, I do understand on some points why you would say Last of Us Part 2 was
those are good.
a great contender for Game of the Year. I'm not saying it's Game of the Year, a great contender for Game of the Year. But I mean,
the problem is Last of Us Part 2's the most important thing is the story.
the story. What's a game without a story, or without a good story at
But
least?
Doom, look at Doom Eternal. That's also on this list. And Doom Eternal is a very gameplay-focused game, whereas Last of Us is a very story-focused game. And
Yeah, but the story from Doom is more lore. It's explained in the lore. Doom has a great story when you read the lore. Last of Us Part 2 has a shit story in its lore and in its game. So I mean,
do you remember the pregnant woman?
yeah. She was a lovely woman, huh? Lovely.
I mean,
Great character. 10 out of 10.
from all all the characters, all the what's it called, the WF characters, wolves or something they are called, where Abby is from all the people that are in this group, they put a woman in the front line that isn't pregnant, that has to climb fences and climb rocks and
Yeah, but women can do this. I mean, it's the power of the women. Pregnant or not, they can do everything.
I call it stupid.
I'm not saying that a woman can't. I'm really not, but just a pregnant woman on the front lines, climbing, shooting, rolling over the ground. I mean, if you want to have a miscarriage, then go on.
Yeah. So, what do we like? If we were the ones to give Game of the Year, What would we give it to? What?
le-
Not your personal game of the year. I'm talking about like this list.
yeah, this list, in my opinion, it's a difficult one because Ghost of Tsushima is, in my opinion, the best game of the year. But Hades was such a big surprise in its gameplay and in its story as well. It's or Ghost or Hades. But if I really have to, I think Ghost has this one little point extra just for being, yeah, how amazing the game was. My
How
opinion.
polished.
Yeah, how polished, just how great the game was in its being. And what about you, Max?
Yeah, I would like if Hades would win, I wouldn't like go over. I wouldn't mind that. If even Doom Eternal would win, I wouldn't like be angry. But for me, it would be Ghost of Tsushima or Final Fantasy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm one of those two, I suppose. Hades is really good, but I
Amazing.
haven't finished it, so I can't say like I can't really give a opinion on Hades. From
You
what
really
I've
have to
played,
take
it's
your time
great.
for it. Yeah, just take your time. Really take your time playing it. Hades, amazing game. Really amazing game. Never played Animal Crossing. Never played Final Fantasy remake. You know my opinion about it. I mean, not saying that it's a bad game. Only saying that I don't really feel something for remakes being a game of the year. But like you were saying, it's a completely new game. So yeah, sure, why not?
Then best game direction. You have Final
Yeah,
Fantasy, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life, Alex, and Last of Us. Of course, Last of Us wins that as well. I'm
yeah. I
starting
mean,
to think that like it's rigged.
but I mean,
Best
nah,
direction.
I'm not even going to try to defend defend Last of Us. Yeah, okay, sure.
I
Yeah.
would have given this like awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Yeah, Half-Life Alex is pretty innovative though, but so is Ghost of Tsushima and Hades.
But Half-Life Alex was just this, is in my opinion again this one point extra in this category then.
So you would give it to Hades or
No, Half-Life Alex. Yeah.
All right, but you haven't played Half-Life, have you?
No, I haven't. I've watched the a complete a playthrough from it on YouTube. I have this YouTuber that plays like every game that comes out. So yeah.
But you know that's a game you have to like experience yourself in VR. That I guess I'm not a VR expert, so I would give this to.
Last of Us.
I guess I have to take Ghost of Tsushima again.
Oh, Last of Us, you piece of shit.
Next one. Oh no, not
Best
narrative.
narrative. This is an interesting one. I mean, Last of Us Part 2 was amazing. Its story
This is
was
the biggest
so
insult.
well written.
This is the biggest insult, really. The narrative of Last of Us Part 2 is the worst part of the game. And a lot of people, I was like watching it live, and I did saw like this award, and there were so many people in the comment section going like, "What the fuck is this? This is bullshit."
This is
I'm
rigged.
gonna say that. Yeah.
This is rigged. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Why Hades is in this list, I don't understand it either. I mean, it's a good
You
game.
did say that it had a good story in the beginning.
It had a good story, but the story was how do I say this? Was underlaying. It wasn't the main factor in the game.
All right, yeah, I get what you mean.
So I don't.
like Doom-ish. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
there was a story, and it was told, but it wasn't the like like a game like Last of Us 2, Last of Us Part 2. What makes the game Last of Us was its story, especially in the first one. Yeah, it had great gameplay and such on, but the story was what made it really, that amazing. I would give this one again to Ghosts. Never play. I didn't play Final Fantasy, so maybe you would say Final Fantasy for this one.
I'm going to give this to Final Fantasy. The narrative was really strong in that one. Ghosts as well. Jin Sakai was a really good protagonist. The story was also really good. They are pretty close, but there are some moments in Final Fantasy VII Remake that are hard-hitting, and some really good characters and really good build-up that I think this Final Fantasy deserves it more. But, that's my opinion. So, best art direction. And that's won by Ghost of Tsushima. I voted for that. So
okay, 100%. I share the same opinion with you, but there is a big but. I would say that The Last of Us Part 2 would win this section of the Game Awards. Like it would be more grounded than best narrative or Game of the Year in its general. I mean, you can't say that the artistic design and the animation of The Last of Us Part 2 was bad.
No, that was really good. I will agree with that. But it's just like Ghost of Tsushima also has really good animation. So and Ghost of Tsushima has this really beautiful world. And Last of Us is supposed to be very dark and, of course, and realistic. But I don't think it should go to Last of Us in this category.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
That's also really beautiful.
Like playing Ori and the Blind Forest. This is beautiful. I mean, just looking at your screen, it feels amazing.
I have the first game on my Switch, and I never finished it. I still need to finish it. It's a really good game. That game is also really beautiful. Yeah. And to some portions also Hades is also
Hades. I just wanted, that's what I wrote in my review as well. Hades isn't like graphical impressing, but its art style was just so well done, really, really well done.
Yeah, I think every contender here, even Final Fantasy has some really good
Final
art.
Fantasy as well. Yeah.
Every contender here is deserved in some way, but in my opinion, Ghost of Tsushima wins this. What would you vote for?
Ghost as well. Yeah.
All right. So that's one positive winner.
Yay.
Then we get to best score and music. Hands down, Final Fantasy. I'm sorry, that's orchestral music that's redone and with One Winged Angel. Search up everyone what a One Winged Angel is. It's one of the most iconic boss fights music out there. Did Hades have a good soundtrack?
Nah. It was good, but it was not best I have ever heard.
Yeah, I found Last of Us Part 2's soundtrack not that great. I don't know why it's there, to be honest. Doom Eternal soundtrack, though. That was
badass.
That's
badass.
Really good. It would be with Doom or Final Fantasy, but the Final Fantasy has... Kingdom Hearts 3 was also nominated in 2019, and I was pissed when that didn't win best soundtrack. Death Stranding won that. It had some good music, but it didn't have like its own soundtrack. There were more songs from different artists. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. They just copied it. Give it a little spin on it and then use it in their game.
No, well, they bought the licenses for those songs. But
sure.
Square Enix always makes their own music in orchestra, like Elder Scrolls, for instance, or Fallout. With this whole orchestra, they have the best music in the industry. So I'm happy that Final Fantasy wins this one. Yeah. So that's, I guess, one good one that wins. Best audio design. Yeah, I find this a pretty hard one. Is there like a game that has bad audio design? I mean,
Not that I really know. I mean,
Last of Us
not
Part
really.
2 won this. I guess that's the only thing that I would agree with Last of Us with. You have these like moments that you like whistle, and that they would scream like the names of the dead enemies that you kill. So there the audio design is pretty superb, as well with the sounds of the guns. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima also has a pretty good sound design. I don't know about Resident Evil 3. I haven't played it.
Nah, me neither.
I heard it was pretty bad. Resident Evil 2 was far better. Half-Life Alyx, I don't know how the sound was in that one.
I think this is different because it's VR.
Yeah. Doom Eternal did had a good sound design. The shotguns and the assault rifles, those sounds were really impactful. Yeah, I don't really care who wins here.
Nah.
I would vote maybe here for Doom Eternal, in my opinion. But who would you vote for?
Doom, because they didn't get a vote for anything else
Yeah.
until this point.
I would go for Doom for this one as well. Then best performance. Last of Us. Yeah, I guess their performance isn't bad. They just do what they do with the script they get. You know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What can you do wrong with the scripts? If you do a bad scripting, if you do bad script reading, then you're just a bad voice actor and you need to be fired. So
I found Jin Sakai's like performance in Ghost of Tsushima. He was supposed to be this non-emotional guy, and I thought like he did a very good job of that. Miles Morales from Spider-Man also was really good. You haven't played it.
Nah.
I did. He did a pretty good job, but he sounds so young.
Yeah, like a teenager more.
And he
more
is
like,
a teenager in the story, so it's not that it's like it is right in its story, but he sounds too high pitched.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. And Hades, I mean, his voice acting was amazing. He was so funny. He uses his sentences so well.
He had a pretty deep voice, didn't he? I didn't hear him a lot though in the game, so I can't remember it out of my head how he sounds. I don't really care who wins here.
Nah,
Last of Us
nah.
won. Well,
Yay.
really great for them.
Yippee yay.
Games for Impact. I'm going to skip that. I don't know.
Bram played that game, tell me why. For
yeah.
ASIS as well.
Did he like it?
I don't remember.
I don't think he did. Right? Or it was like a
Yeah,
mad game, like 7 out of 10 or 6.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
I haven't played any of these, so I wouldn't know.
But these are old indie titles.
Yeah.
Except Tell Me Why. Yeah, no, Tell Me Why is also... Is it?
I
Yeah.
have no idea. It's AA, I think. It's
Okay.
made by Dotnuts. They make AA games, I think.
Yeah, Xbox Game Studios. Yeah, okay, maybe. Yeah, okay, they do, yeah.
Best ongoing. No Man's Sky won. That's a good one.
He was so surprised as well that he won something. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, I
picture
saw it.
of
It was funny.
He was like spitting out his drink because he won something. but really deserved. Really
Yeah.
deserved. Even because I'm seeing Fortnite in this list, I'm so. I hate Fortnite. I really do. I played it. I played it like 2 hours, and then I was like, "Is this really what all the hype was about?" So yeah, No Man's Sky really deserves it. Call of Duty Warzone. Apex Legends is actually quite fun to play, but it's yet another battle royale game. Yeah. Destiny 2, Max? Big
I
fan?
have played a bit, but they changed a lot of Destiny 2 from when I played the original beta. They constantly change this game, and I don't know if it's for the better. So this category is pretty difficult for me. I'm more of a single player type gamer anyway. But I will give it to No Man's Sky.
Yeah, just give them the props that they just keep developing more content for the game, even though they're not making as much money out of it as they used to in the beginning when they were promising things that they didn't deliver.
Yeah. So day one, that's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
So best indie, yeah, Hades.
Hades 10 out of 10 for sure. Fall Guys was fun, but Hades is just amazing.
Did you play any of the other ones?
No, yeah, Spelunky 2 was on the on E3 this year. I remembered seeing it, but I just couldn't care any less.
Apparently, it's a pretty good game, but I have never.
Oh, how fun!
That sounded really genuine. Carry On. Have you seen that?
What? What have I seen?
Carry On.
Carry On. No.
It's an horror indie
platformer.
Game. Yeah, a platformer. It's pretty unique, but I find it too disgusting to play.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about Spiritfarer. I don't know if it's a good game.
Is this with the... Yeah, I saw so. I think you can play it. Is it on Game Pass? Is it on Xbox even?
I have no idea. I'm going to...
I thought so, that it was free on Game Pass, so maybe I will...
to look it up. It apparently has a 10 out of 10 on Steam. I find that very high.
10 out of 10. I mean, Last of Us 2 did also have 10 out of 10, so... Shadow of the Colossus.
No, shut up.
10 out of 10. So this must be great, I imagine.
It looks like a management type of game, a building game on a ship.
Yeah, a ship management game.
There's
something like that.
I don't think it's really for me.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Well, Hades won this one, so...
As it should be.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also really loved Fall Guys, but Hades has just a lot more gameplay and
yeah.
So yeah. All right, a mobile game.
No, because I did play 4 of these games. Not Call of Duty because we cannot play this in Belgium. Did you even know that?
No.
We can't play Call of Duty
I never
mobile.
Play mobile games, you know that.
Okay, I understand, but I'm not really a big fan of it either. But Among Us, fun game. On mobile, on PC, just fun game. Call of Duty, can't talk about it. Genshin Impact, played like 2 hours of it and then never touched it again. But I hear this big hype about it, so it seems to be good.
Yeah, it's pretty good value for what you get because it's free to play, especially on console. I don't know. I don't know about mobile though. That's
it's mobile friendly. It works quite well. Legends of Runeterra. I played hours and hours and hours of it. It's like a Hearthstone type game, but actually with cool animations and cool cards and stuff. Big fan. Gwent is also something in that style. And Pokemon, Cafe Mix, shit.
Have you played it?
Yeah.
It's not that great?
Nah, no.
I'm a very big Pokemon fan, but I don't touch mobile games. So.
Sad.
Yeah, Among Us gets that, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Best community support. That's won by Fallout Guys. Fall Guys.
Fallout
sorry.
Guys. Holy shit. That would be something so interesting. Fallout Guys. Like everybody nuking each other.
We are doing this podcast for a long time, okay? Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Do you follow them on Twitter and social media? They
No,
do
I
have
don't.
very good community support.
Yeah, they have a great community. They have a great community and great community support.
They also have always memes that spring off. Like, I do get why it wins.
Yeah, but wasn't this a really a young studio, like with a lot of young people and not like these old boring
No,
guys
they were
sitting at the
they are
top?
pretty young, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you get when you leave it, certain things to young people. Yeah.
I suppose, yeah, No Man's Sky also deserves it for community support. Do you think like any other games are noteworthy?
Oh yeah, Fortnite's community support is poisonous.
Have you played
Community and its support.
Have you played Valorant?
No.
I haven't.
Did you?
Either. No. I saw like Angry Joe's video about the microtransactions. They have
I
skins
love
from like $200.
Okay.
200
Oh, 200.
for skin.
Did you see this? Wait a minute. Fortnite. This Thanos skin on Fortnite. Where is it? With the cringe dancing.
Kratos?
Yeah.
No.
With this
Yeah,
cringe
I have
dancing.
seen it. Fuck off with it.
Oh, you loved it.
No.
Did you? Yeah, you
No.
loved it. You loved it.
Don't ruin another.
They're just raping your your youth.
There
games.
are like already like kids. If you show like the John Wick skin, they say, "Oh, that's John Wick from Fortnite."
Oh no, please don't. John Wick is so much more than fucking Fortnite. Don't you even dare to compare it
But
with
that's
Fortnite.
what happens, especially with children. Well, all right. Best VR AR game. Yeah, Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good.
I've heard though that Star Wars Squadrons is actually pretty good. At least Angry Joe found it really good. I've seen his video, but it's pretty expensive if you want to get into it, and it's just a dogfighter game. It does have a single player, but
but it's not $60. It was like what, 25? 30?
Oh no, 40 I think. For when it came out, at least.
Hmm.
Maybe it's now like 25.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any of the other games. So, do you have anything to add?
What to wait? What?
To
what
the
was it?
VR category?
No. Just I don't care.
I don't know. Me neither. Then, innovation in accessibility. So, that's a big like sentence for basically having extra options in the menu.
Yeah, for people with disabilities, then, or
Yeah. I did think like Assassin's Creed Valhalla also had a lot of options, but Last of Us 2, it had it. I will give it
everything,
that.
Max.
I will give it that.
Everything. Yes,
It had a lot of options.
everything.
I don't know about Watch Dogs Legion. I haven't played it.
They also had everything. Nah, but just this one bit less than Last of Us Part 2.
This could have also gone to Assassin's Creed. They have the same options, in my opinion. So, well, it depends just on this one, like which game came like first, and there is like a bias clearly towards Last of Us Part 2 in that,
And
like,
rightly
jury
so.
vote.
They were like, you have some money, just vote for us.
Oh man. Well, better category, best action.
Yeah, Hades, 10 out of 10.
Won
Let's go
by
on.
Hades.
Nah, it's but Doom. I mean,
I Doom should have gotten it, but I will say that Hades also has a lot of good action. So
yeah, really, really, really good.
but
yeah,
pure action,
Doom is known for its pure
Yeah.
action.
and Doom's action is just amazing. But oh well, you know, Hades is the more popular game, I suppose.
You know, we can't say something bad about Hades. You know, if they win it, okay, sure, fine. You know, like next time, better Doom.
How is
surely they will win.
like Half-Life Alyx? It's a great game, but how does it have like good action?
I have no idea. You need to ask the Devilish Ace. He knows. He played this.
Because like it's a
know.
pretty slow game, isn't it?
Mm.
I
Yeah,
would've,
because it's
like,
VR.
I would have put Ghost of Tsushima here for it's like
Combat or what?
combat system. Yeah, it has a great
yeah.
combat system. Well,
Oh well.
yeah, Neo 2 is pretty. It's a pretty good Souls game, even though I don't like Souls games. So, and Streets of Rage. I don't know that.
Nah, never heard of it.
I would have voted for Doom Eternal though here, but Hades won. That's not a problem. That's a good game,
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, best action adventure. Fucking hell, Last of Us Part 2 again.
But
it does have good action and adventure, but compared to Ghost of Tsushima
or even Assassin's Creed,
I do find I want to say this. I don't find the combat system in Valhalla that great.
I think it's better than the previous Assassin's Creed.
It's a bit choppy. But
Yeah,
it depends also on which frame rate that you play it on. Because if you play it on my PlayStation 5, it's a lot smoother. But on a 30 frames per second, I found it like the animations are sometimes like not that impactful, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion. I would have chosen Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, same.
I will
as well.
say
Star Wars was a good game.
Yeah.
And its puzzles were actually difficult. I've played it and I'm just stuck at one point.
It's a Souls type of game.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only Souls type of game that I finished because it's not as difficult.
Because it's Star Wars.
But it's also not as difficult as Dark Souls and Bloodborne and these other like Souls games. I will say that Miles Morales for a action adventure also deserves it. The combat system in Miles Morales is pretty good and the gameplay. Ori and the Will of the Wisp it's a good adventure game, but I don't know if it's a good action game.
No.
It's more
it's more puzzling. Yeah, platform puzzling. Yeah.
I would give this to Ghost of Tsushima, in my opinion.
Yeah. Best role playing.
Yeah,
Persona is gay and Yakuza is gay.
Shut the fuck up, dude! I swear to God, this is a very weird category. I'm glad like Final Fantasy 1, but Persona 5 Royal is literally if we have to put it in this list, in this Game of the Year thing, it had to be in a lot more categories than this one. I find this very unfair for Royal. Do you know Persona 5 Royal is the highest rated game this year on Metacritic with 95.
And
they get robbed. I'm sorry. That
they just get what they deserve, Max.
It's even my favorite JRPG of all time.
They get what they deserve.
Shut the fuck up. I will say that when Crusader Kings 3 comes and it didn't win best best strategy, I will say that then again. Huh?
That's
Yakuza Like a Dragon, that's here. I'm pretty happy because that was a really good game. I reviewed it for Ace Ice. Check it out. Really good story, really good combat system. I loved it. Wasteland 3, I have heard a lot of good things about.
Quick question. Persona 5 is PlayStation exclusive. No?
Yes.
Sad.
Both 5 and Royal. Man, sad. Royal is so good. I have when I'm going to make my Game of the Year video, my own one, I will mention, because Persona 5 Royal goes against my own rules of Game of the Year, because it's basically the same game with extra
that's cheating, Max.
Extra
that's cheating.
Story, but that's why it's not on the list. It's not
cheating.
On the list.
Okay, then it's
fine.
Not
cheating.
That's fine.
It's
no, that's fine. Yeah,
but I will
fine.
mention it as the best JRPG ever.
No.
Yes.
No.
Shut the fuck up. And why Genshin Impact is there, I don't understand. That's it's not really an RPG.
No.
Well, it is. It is. An RPG,
it has RPG elements,
but it's nothing compared to these others. Wasteland. Have you seen Wasteland 3? I'm actually pretty interested in that one. I will play it on PC. When
Deep Silver Studios. Oh, okay, nice.
Final Fantasy 1 that was pretty expected, but
no, Max, they were not robbed. No.
So they should have. Let us you can agree on this. They should have, if they are going to put it in this category, they should have put it in other categories as well. Not just in one only because they had not enough. I find that very hypocritical. I'm sorry. That's I saw a lot of people also online and YouTube that agreed with that. So I'm not the only one, I suppose. Let's go to best fighting. Yeah.
Couldn't care less. Sorry.
Well, Mortal Kombat is a great fighting IP. So yeah, that wins is no surprise.
I found that Easter egg in Cyberpunk for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. They have a lot of
that statue. That's fun. Yeah, the rest Street Fighter fun, One Punch Man fun.
Apparently, the One Punch Man game is not that good, from what I've heard.
Yeah, again, couldn't care less. I mean, it's just a category that just I don't care. Fighting games.
Yeah, it's not my genre either, but I do love Mortal Kombat. If at least the other one I played 10. I didn't get the chance to because I always buy these games at a cheaper price and not at full price.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Best family game, Animal Crossing.
Couldn't care less again.
That's almost no competition. It's really popular.
Why Minecraft Dungeons is even in this list? God knows why.
they didn't have enough.
It was such a bad game.
What was the problem with it? I haven't played it, but
the problem is everyone knows Minecraft. Yeah. The name says mine and craft. You can't mine and you can't. Yeah, you can craft, but the crafting system is really not in depth. Let's call it. Let's keep it at that.
I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah.
About crafting in Cyberpunk. I totally forgot that question. But
never crafted
when you
in
craft
Cyberpunk.
Something, is there a sound effect when you do it? Or didn't you touch it?
I never crafted anything.
But because I upgraded my guns, and there was no sound effect. I think it's a bug.
Oh.
But if there is no sound effect, I find that really weird. But
no idea. Never crafted anything yet. But I'll keep an eye on it next time I boot up the game.
Yeah.
I will look it for you. Especially for you.
Here we go. Best sim strategy.
This is really just
by Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I do understand it. But no, never. Flying around in a plane is fun, but Crusader Kings 3, You have everything going from murder to incest to marrying a horse. I mean,
But I have
okay,
a question
fine.
for you.
Yeah.
I had this question before the podcast. Why is simulation and strategy in one category? Because Microsoft Flight Simulator doesn't have.
It's no strategy game.
Is this like a stupid question? It doesn't have anything to do with strategy.
No, this is actually a great question because I don't understand it either. But I think that they put simulation and strategy together because I don't think there are enough simulation games to fill this list or enough good strategy games to fill this list. XCOM is great. Gears is great. Desperados, never played it, but heard it was great. Crusader Kings 3, I just love it. Every single bit of it.
Do you think it's robbed from
Now,
Microsoft
let's be honest. Technology-wise, Microsoft Flight Simulator is really next gen. You know, like the whole fucking Earth is just scanned in, buildings being placed. Like you can fly over your own house and really like see it and say, "That's my house over there." That's technology on its finest, you know. But I spent it almost I don't know how many hours, hundreds and hundreds of hours on Crusader Kings 3. So yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's your like opinion. If you find Crusader Kings,
Crusader Kings 3 should have deserved. Yeah, I think it deserved it more than Microsoft Flight Simulator.
It's the same with like when I said Persona Royal. I think it's deserved it. Final Fantasy and Persona are really close, but I do think like Royal is a little bit more quality. And for you, like Crusader Kings 3 is a little bit more quality than Flight Simulator. But
but you also understand why Final Fantasy won, and I also do understand why Microsoft Flight Simulator won.
Yeah.
We do understand, but our opinion is slightly different than.
Well, I don't know about. I don't know. Final Fantasy is pretty action based these days. At least the 7 remake. There are good like RPG mechanics, but it's not like that in depth. It's even like Cyberpunk is more in depth in its RPG mechanics.
Oh yeah.
But you know, Final Fantasy is a JRPG, and JRPGs have these own tropes, and these and that's really well done. I can't explain it, but I find Royal just far more in depth in its gameplay. You have these morning and day systems and these like character system management systems and shit like that, and you know, but it won. I don't care. They are both great games, and Crusader Kings and Microsoft Flight Simulator are also both great games, so it's just a win-win anyway, I suppose. Yeah. Best sports racing, I mean.
First year I didn't buy FIFA.
Do you feel like empty inside?
Missing on something? No, not really. Yeah, okay, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I think it's more because it's nostalgic. The people actually voted for it.
I don't like sports games.
I do. I'm a big football fan. I'm a big supporter for Liverpool, but I mean, FIFA is the same past 5 years, so they just copy paste the FIFA game. So, and this year Max is always like saying to me, "Why do you even bother buying FIFA? Because it's all time the same." So this year I promised not to buy it.
And do you feel better?
Yeah. Yes, because I bought PES this year.
I will give you a pass on PES because that's a management-like game. But no FIFA.
No FIFA. I promised. I promised. Yeah, I mean, if it's free on EA Play, Then maybe I'm going to download it, but I'm not going to pay for it. No.
All right. Best multiplayer, yeah.
Yeah,
Among
yeah.
Us.
No doubt. It's so much fun to play with friends.
But I will say, like, Among Us is is a really simple game.
Yeah, it's great in its simplicity.
But shouldn't we also look towards complex gameplay
No,
mechanics?
no. Why? This game is accessible for everybody. I mean, when you have deep gameplay mechanics, like 75% of the people is going to quit because they can't control these gameplay mechanics. Among Us, everybody can play it.
True. Yeah.
Like even your grandma can hook it up.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose. I do think Call of Duty Warzone does a pretty good job in multiplayer, but oh well, that's my opinion. Yeah.
Did you play it?
What?
Did you play Call of Duty Warzone?
Yeah, of course. When
Yeah,
it
a lot.
released. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
It takes like half of your console storage, but yeah, sure, why not?
well, I mean Call of Duty and Modern Warfare in general, not just Warzone, I suppose.
Yeah, okay, true.
So yeah, then we have best content creator. We're going to skip
No,
that.
that's not fun. No fucking shit.
Oh, do you want to say something about it?
No.
No. All right.
No, I just don't care. No.
Best debut game. Yeah, I don't know any of these games. I know like Mortal Shell. It was a Souls type of game, and that looked really cool. And Phasmophobia is this multiplayer horror game, but I don't care. Do you have anything to say about these?
No, not really. No.
All right, next one. Best
Yeah, bro.
esports.
Yeah, nah. I don't look at esports. Do you look at do you watch
No.
esports? No, I mean neither.
You know me. I don't even care that much about multiplayer anyway. So why would should I watch esports? I mean,
Yeah, okay, but because all the next items are all just esports. So if we're not going to talk about esports anymore, then we just like go to the next segment because this is
we're going. So that was all the winners. Let's talk about the announcements. We can go also pretty quick over this.
Yeah, because I don't think it's really much of an interesting point here.
Loop Hero.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what that is. Next one.
We're just like scrolling. Yeah, this is boring. This is boring. Oh, Warhammer. Oh, this is boring. This is boring.
Chia, I don't know what that is.
Oh, Overcooked gets a new chef. Holy shit.
Sea of Solitude. I don't. Yeah, I don't. It looked interesting, but I never played it.
Max, I'm really disappointing in you. I mean, we are our own independent game news studio, and you send me a link of IGN. I mean, bro, be serious.
That's a very good, but that's your job. You are supposed to make these, like these web articles. It's your job, you know that.
But still, we have a big not hate, but a big criticism towards IGN, and you give me a fucking IGN article.
Like, I guess this is the best place for all the announcements, I suppose.
How many people work at IGN? Do you think?
I don't have any idea. There are a lot of IGN departments around the world. You have like the American and the Japanese and the Benelux. You have the France and the Italian and the Spain one. Oh. So there are a lot of them, from my knowledge. So, but I don't know how many people there are in like total.
So next year we will also open our studio in America,
if you have the budget for it.
Yeah, with these 25 views we will get on these videos, I mean, money will be rolling in, boys. There
is one here that I do want to talk about that I find really cool, and that's Nier Replicant. That's the prequel for Nier Automata. Nier Automata is a great game. I have played it. Do you know or remember what Nier is?
Not really, no.
It's a Japanese RPG. Think of Final Fantasy, but then very action-based, with really good boss battles, and a bit of a hybrid with also Bayonetta or Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
It's made by Platinum Games. That's one of my newest favorite studios. And the Yoko Taro, I think his name is the director. He is a troll. The name for this game. This is the official name. Near Replicant version 1.224744878 That's like the official name of the game.
This is just one big meme. Holy shit.
I love this, and he doesn't give a shit. That game is coming out next year, and I'm pretty hyped for that. I really loved Automata, so yeah, that was one good thing. Century Age of Ashes. It's like a
looks cool for like about 2 hours, and then you will be like, nah.
It's a multiplayer only.
Flying with dragons, spitting fire, and
I would be more interested if there's also a single player component, but I don't think so.
No, Max. No, there's no.
There are it does have some good graphics, but
no, it's ugly. No, it looks great. Yeah.
What is it? Make up your mind.
It looks great. No, it was sarcastic. It looks great. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that I'm hyped for it or anything, but if it's good, that would be nice, But it's not like wow, I need to put this on my phone and keep an eye on. If it has good reviews when it comes out, then nice. This is a really cool one. Sephiroth is announced for Super Smash Bros. As DLC.
My God.
Have you seen the trailer for it?
No, but it takes like 3 minutes, so I'm not going to take a look at it.
They stab like Mario at the end, but he didn't get stabbed. The sword got through his clothes. That's some dark shit for a Nintendo
that's a shame.
game. Mario
needs to die. Yeah, he needs to die. Son of a bitch.
Nintendo does know how to make really good trailers, I have to say. It already became a meme on social media. They are good with this shit. But I love Super. This is the only fucking fighting game I would buy on full price. But I don't have the DLC because I'm just too lazy to buy it, I suppose. I was hoping. A lot of people were hoping for Sora to get in from Kingdom Hearts as DLC, but that didn't happen. They have probably problems with like Disney for copyright reasons because Sora is owned partly by Disney, not just Square Enix. And yeah, Sephiroth is pretty popular now with the remake, with the Final Fantasy VII remake. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Perfect Dark. The thing is, I don't know jack shit about Perfect Dark, but it's supposed to be a pretty well-known Xbox exclusive. Do you know anything about it?
Nothing at all.
I'm going to look up what it is. It's if you know like the meme of the quadruple A thing, that comes from this.
Okay. So what does it do? What's the game about?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to search that. I think it's a stealth game. Alright, Perfect Dark is a first-person shooter for the Nintendo 64. It was developed by Rare. I didn't know that. Okay. It does have a single-player component. You play as a girl named Joanna Dark. And it does have multiplayer. It's a first-person shooter. All right, that's pretty. Because I've seen like rumors about it that it would go third person, but I don't know.
Amazing. Third person. Wow.
Yeah, I don't care if it's third person. You wouldn't either, I suppose. If it's a good game, it's a good game.
No. No.
What no?
Words are
We
difficult.
prefer first person, but if it,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Witcher 3 is third person. That's a great
Yeah,
game.
I would be honest. If Witcher 3 would be first person, I think it would be strange.
Yeah. How would that? There is a mod actually for Witcher 3 in first person.
Nah, but this makes combat really difficult.
Yeah. So, the thing is, we don't know a lot about Perfect Dark. It's supposed to be a big exclusive next to Halo and Fable and Gears that's coming now, and Avowed. So, more exclusive for Xbox. That's always good.
Yes.
So we just have to see in the future what it's going to be. But it has a lot of potential, I suppose. Next one is Back 4 Blood. Have you seen this?
Nope.
It's basically
I didn't. Yeah. Tell.
it's basically like a rip off of like Left 4 Dead. It's by the same developers. You know what Left 4 Dead is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Max.
What do you have any like?
Yeah. Now I remember. This is with I saw some gameplay of it because they announced it, and immediately after it there was like a demo or something that you could play.
Like a gameplay demo. But I found it really rough looking.
Sure, it will. I think it's quite early in development as well.
Yeah. Have you ever played like these style of co-op zombie games?
Yeah. I played Left 4 Dead and Killing Floor. Yeah, these types of games. Yeah. I played them with friends. It's actually quite fun.
Could be a good game, I suppose. I am not like the biggest fan of these type of games, but if it's good, would be nice.
You should be.
Then there's this game, Hood Outlaws and
Yeah. So you are a thief and you're supposed to to rob something in a castle, or am I?
It's a multiplayer game, and you can choose a class, but I don't really know what you do in it.
So there is this castle, or there's this not really castle. This is what I saw in the trailer.
Multiplayer heists.
You have to this medieval like, Payday.
Yes.
Yeah, Payday in the medieval times.
I am not the biggest fan of Payday though, but I think this looks a bit more interesting to me. It is made by Focus Home, and they have had some success with Greedfall, if you remember, and
yes,
and the Rat game, Plague Tale. So maybe this game is pretty good. We will have to watch it. It's interesting. Let's say. Forza Cyberpunk crossover, I don't care.
No, fun.
Callisto Protocol. Oh, wait a minute. There's no trailer for this here? You have to search this up. Have you seen the trailer for this one? It's a really scary trailer, so maybe you shouldn't watch it.
I saw a post today on Facebook about the developers really saying that it's one of the scariest games ever developed.
Yes. It's by the same people as Dead Space.
Yeah, then I'm not going to look at it, sorry. I need my night sleep.
This is a pretty interesting one, I will admit. But I have never played the Dead Space games like completely. I still need to do that. But this looks pretty interesting, I will admit. At least it's like atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty good one. Warhammer 4000 Dark Tide. I don't know
Oh,
anything
you make
about
a big
Warhammer.
mistake there. It's Warhammer 40k. Never say
40K.
Warhammer 40k.
But there's no K. Oh wait, 1K is Tau. All right, I get it. Yeah. 40K. But why don't they just like spell it with a K?
Sometimes they do.
Why do they change then?
I don't know, because it's IGN, and IGN is IGN.
What do you know anything about the Warhammer universe?
I actually do, because Total War, Creative Assembly made two Warhammer games. Yeah, so I know the factions, I know some characters, but there is really deep lore. It's like Lord of the Rings, but then different with more races and stuff. So,
that's all right.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting. Shame they never made a movie out of it, or a series or something, because it would be actually
why not?
Really fun.
That's pretty weird.
I don't know. Maybe they will eventually sometime.
The gameplay for this one looks pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a also co-op game. A lot of co-op games here. A lot.
A lot.
Yeah, that could be fun. Open roads, I don't care.
Mate, this list is so full of just shit.
Disco Elysium, though.
Oh, wait a second. This Open Roads, I covered it with the Xbox game reveals a few months back. I think in July or something. It's actually it's not that it's actually quite interesting.
What do you do then?
Oh my god! Now I'm really I have to dig about it. It was something with a road trip, and then something with memories that you revisit or something.
Is it a game like strange, like Telltale games, or like the?
Yeah. It's not like you move a character around and stuff.
Yeah, that could be fun if it's a good
Or am
story.
I completely wrong now? No. It's like Telltale mixed with yeah, no, I think it's only Telltale. Yeah.
Could
Okay.
be fun,
Yeah.
think. I do love Wolf Among. Is it Wolf Among Us? I'll need to see. Have you played Wolf Among Us? Yeah.
No, never.
That's like the same type of game. It's made by Telltale, and that's a really good one. Has a really good story.
Ah, yeah, I remember. It's quite old. Yeah, 2013. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a second one coming. I'm surprised that it wasn't here, because it was announced like last year on the Game Awards. So, yeah, Disco Elysium is pretty interesting. That's an. Do you know that one?
Nah, gay.
That's like an RPG, turn-based RPG. Maybe even more on the strategy side. You should look it up. It's pretty good. Even it has a like a 9 out of 10 on Steam, and it won awards like last year. I want to play it on PC, and I think it's also coming to Switch. And this is like a game that I would like play on Switch. It was a really big surprise out of nowhere, and no one knows who this developer is, and like so it's pretty good that there is like a final cut coming. Oh wait, in this like final cut there is actually voice acting, because in the normal version there was no voice acting, so they are like adding new stuff to
okay
extra stuff to this version, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, then we have Dragon Age 4, big one.
Dragon Age, this is a big title. Really big title.
Have you played like the previous one?
Yeah, I played
Inquisition?
one, but not the first one, but I played one of these games. Yet I don't remember which one.
You have Origins, Dragon Age 2, and Dragon Age Inquisition.
I think it was Inquisition, but I'm not sure.
That's the newest one.
Hmm.
I found that a good game. I don't really like. I was more a fan of Inquisition when it came out, and then when more games came out, I was like, I maybe praised it a bit too much. But like the elf character, he's pretty interesting. He's like a villain. He was like a build up in the Inquisition game, so I am pretty interesting with that. But BioWare hasn't been great.
No, not
With
really.
Andromeda and Anthem.
Anthem was great. Oh, loved it.
They were supposed to make a version 2.0 of Anthem, and they haven't said anything about that.
Nah, they will skip it.
Well, so that is in development. When do you think like Dragon Age 4 will come out?
2022.
All right, it's pretty.
Not
good,
next year. I'll give it a year after that. Yeah.
It's a pretty good estimate. Yeah, I don't know what to think about Dragon Age 4. It's also it's like a cinematic. It's not. It doesn't have any gameplay. I want to see gameplay.
Nah, Max. This is like when the Elder Scrolls 6 got announced. It's just like a cinematic trailer with it's coming.
Well, at least like this one has. Like,
yeah.
Characters
it shows a bit more, but
and it's. I do think it's in game. I need to see that. Yeah, it does look pretty in game, especially if it's a next gen title. Elder Scrolls 6 was just a logo and like
with
the
some
location.
background.
Are you interested in Dragon Age? If
No, I hate it.
Really?
No. Fun to see what comes out of it, but it's not like I'm really waiting for it to show
BioWare has to prove themselves. I suppose. So yeah, that was Dragon Age. Endless Dungeon.
Yeah, fun. Next.
What is that even?
I have no idea. I think it's like a Endless Dungeon. It will be a dungeon with infinite.
Good answer.
Yeah, how else? Yeah, it's like the title says, Endless Dungeon.
Yeah.
So it will have some RPG elements in it.
Oh wait, I'm already seeing some gameplay. It's isometric. It could be fun.
Roguelites.
Could be fun. Yeah, it's isometric, so maybe it's good. I don't know.
No, it's not good.
Crimson Desert. This one, I think you will like. Have you seen it? What do you think about it?
Looks great.
I already knew this game from a year ago. It was already announced. It's made by a new developer based in Korea, and they first worked on Black Desert Online.
Yeah, you really see that in the clips it gave us. Wait, I'm looking at it. Yeah, you can really see it in the gameplay that they took inspiration from it.
It's a bit also the same art style, I suppose. And I'm a bit confused because first they said that this game would get MMO elements just like Black Desert, but now I have been hearing that this is actually single player focused. So I don't know what to believe now anymore. But this game looks, if it's like this, looks pretty good. Combat is pretty sleek. Graphics look pretty good. You have this scene with this
with the
dragon.
castle. With the castle.
And the
looks
castle,
beautiful.
Yeah, this looks pretty interesting. Even but the frames drop a little bit though.
The frame rate is like shit. Holy.
Yeah. It reminds me of oh god, that the same game made by Devil May Cry developers, Dragon's Dogma. Do you know that one?
Yeah.
I was not a big fan of that one personally.
Oh, I liked it.
I found the beginning really like boring, and the environment there is something with the environment in Dragon's Dogma that I find not attractive whatsoever. But this looks far more attractive to me. So
yeah, it does. Huh?
This could be a very interesting one. I will keep my eye on it. Especially if it has single player elements. Overcooked.
Nah, let's just keep it at real announcements, not DLCs and
Call of Duty. You're gonna skip that.
Nah.
Arc 2.
Arc 2 is interesting.
But this trailer though.
How does it? Why weird? It looks amazing.
I don't know. There is something wrong, like with their faces that look creepy to me.
Oh,
and especially
I
with
didn't feel that.
like what's his name? Vin Diesel's.
The bald guy. Vin Diesel. Let's just call him Vin Diesel.
Were you a big fan of Ark?
Never played it.
I mean, I did play it, but it's like a survival game. And it's not my genre. So maybe they do more with this one. We'll need to see about that. I found the trailer a bit odd looking. But Fall Guys Season 3, I don't care. Outriders, I don't. Yeah, it's. I'm interested when it releases, but I've seen so many trailers already for it. Evil Dead the game. What is this? I don't even know what this is.
It's yet again a horror game. Yeah.
Horror game. Yeah.
So 4 different playable characters, and I know this game. I've seen some YouTubers play it actually. I think, good? Or no,
because there's no gameplay in this trailer.
No, it's a different game.
Oh wait, I see some gameplay. Oh
yeah.
Oh, this looks not bad. I'm going to look this up.
So
but it's again co-op. Though.
Yeah. You play with friends, and then you fight supernatural powers.
It looks pretty
monstrous.
Interesting. Ghosts and Goblins.
Game of the year.
What is this?
I really couldn't care even a slightest bit.
It's like a indie platform.
Actually, Max, you played this once on your old YouTube channel.
No, I didn't.
No,
you mean
didn't?
You mean Shovel Knight? It's not the same game.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, with the knight and its armor.
Shovel Knight is a really good game, though. Have you ever played it?
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good game.
Returnal, nah.
Returnal looks interesting, but I'm skeptical about it. That's coming out in March as a PlayStation exclusive. The concept is basically you are playing as this woman that is basically stuck in a loop, and I don't know if you can get out of it. Basically,
yeah. That's like this movie with the train, and then the train explodes or crashes into something, and there is this guy on the train that relives this moment every time and needs to solve how what happens to the train.
I will say that the gameplay looks pretty fun.
Nah.
Pretty fast paced.
Nah.
I don't agree. This looks good.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
So yeah, It Takes Two. This is the new game. Have you seen this one by Joseph Fares? That's the guy that said like fuck the Oscars.
Yeah.
And this also looks pretty interesting in my opinion. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
It's there are a lot of co-op games in this show. There's a lot of like cute looking gameplay mechanics, and you again get this game for free if you already bought it for your friend.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
That's a thing he does.
I remembered this guy.
That's a really cool guy. This one, this man.
He was quite funny.
His last game, A Way Out. Do you remember that?
Yeah, with the prisoner.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a masterpiece or anything. It wasn't the greatest game ever, but I had pretty fun with it. I played it with Yargo, I think, when it came out. It was really fun. And this again is in the same vein, so could be interesting. Super Meat Boy, I don't care. Oddworld, I don't care. Elder Scrolls
Online should play it.
Yeah, we need to play it more in like. Apparently, like Elder Scrolls Online really evolved into a better game.
Yeah, into a good game actually.
It was pretty shitty when it came out, but now it's apparently really good. So
yeah, we'll play it.
Yeah, we will play it when we have time. Monster Hunter is a pretty big one, but I don't care for that genre. It's not my thing.
Among Us gets a new map. Holy shit.
Master
Chiefs go. Oh my god.
Fuck off. No.
Max, everything gets okay.
Scarlet Nexus, that looks interesting, but I'm a bit skeptical. It is a JRPG, which is in my field. I love JRPGs, but I need to see more of that one. I need to see reviews and gameplay, and if it's good, I will jump on it and I will review it for A-Size.
Yeah.
Just Cause coming to mobile phones, I don't
Could care less.
Ruined
League of Legends story, nah.
Story, I don't care.
The Mass Effect trailer was a few fun things in it.
That was the biggest one they closed off with. Because no one suspected, like after Dragon Age, that they would. We have another game. We have a new Mass Effect. Like,
and this time it will be good.
Yeah,
from the beginning.
Apparently, I said this to you like yesterday. Mass Effect Andromeda is apparently like it has some good ratings on Steam, at least on Steam. I don't know how, but maybe I should try it out for myself. Yeah, but this is a direct sequel of the original trilogy. Are you a Mass Effect fan, or?
I played the first and the second and the third one, and then I stopped playing. But there were good games. Don't get me wrong, but it just couldn't keep me in the flow with the next Andromeda game.
Have you played Andromeda?
No. Or yeah, maybe like 5 minutes when I was with you.
I don't have the game. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, then I have never played it.
I skipped it because of all the bugs and like but I should play it for myself, I suppose. Yeah, I do love Mass Effect though. In my opinion, Mass Effect is the best like sci-fi world
series. Yeah,
pure, just like the lore. Next to something like Star Wars. The problem is that Star Wars it doesn't get a lot of good video games nowadays.
No,
So,
that's sad. So sad.
so Mass Effect. I might even love Mass Effect lore more than Star Wars. That's like a high thing to say, but
Okay, yeah. Okay.
just because of these like alien races are more human-like, if you get what I mean, and they also have like these human politics coming with them. That's maybe why I like Mass Effect a bit more than Star Wars. But Star Wars also has human-like aliens, so that's a bit stupid to say. Yeah, no.
No, but if that's your opinion, then it is that way, you know.
And the thing is, like, I am not the biggest like fan of the original films of Star Wars. I like them, but I do think they are a bit overhyped, if you get what I mean. I did like the prequels. That's like a death sentence if you say that, but I like the prequels. In my opinion, Star Wars shines more in its TV shows and its other games, like not in the movie universe.
The Clone Wars is one of the best cartoons ever.
The Clone Wars, The Mandalorian now also is a really good show. Mass Effect, I'm hyped, but I want to see if BioWare can fix themselves. All right, that was it for all the announcements.
Yeah, if even one person made it so far, just hit that like button. Just one. I don't think anyone comes to this point in the video, but yeah.
You know what? Let's just like do those little updates and let's do that quickly now.
Are we going to do it quickly? Because I want to get.
Do you want to get something to drink?
Something to eat, yeah. But
right,
no,
we'll take a break then. Okay. There's no break for you guys, but
no, we're going to let you wait for another 10 minutes. Just like
10 minutes,
just like dead silence, black screen.
No, that wouldn't be a good idea. I wanted to talk a little bit also about our next-gen console experiences so far. We have talked a few times about the next-gen consoles, but now there's been some time, passed, and I want to see if we saw some stuff that we didn't when we just got them. I can already say, in my PlayStation 5, I had like a bug, some bugs in when I first started it up, and I got like 2 updates. And I don't have any bugs anymore whatsoever. I have 2 problems though. There is one, I guess it is a bug, I suppose. That sometimes he doesn't want to copy my files, my video files that I like from gameplay that I recorded. Sometimes he doesn't want to copy it to my USB, and sometimes it does. I don't know if it's like that, maybe a time limit or because of the file size. That could be maybe something.
Yeah. File size could also be a problem.
Yeah. And then the most annoying thing is that it installs the PlayStation 4 versions of games, while I want the PlayStation 5 versions. For instance, I have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I have it installed with my disc, but it automatically constantly downloads the PlayStation 4 version for some reason.
Why?
I don't know why, but yeah. Do you have any experiences yet with the Series S?
Yeah, actually some hard crashes with the Xbox Series S whilst playing Cyberpunk. So I don't know if it's because of Cyberpunk because of my...
Because I also had crashes with Cyberpunk around every hour. So
yeah, but the problem was my system didn't respond either. So if you push the home button or the Xbox button on your controller, it just didn't do anything.
So it basically just freezes the whole. Yeah, the whole OS freezes.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Because
strange, huh?
when it happens to me in Cyberpunk, it just like closes the app, and then you can send a crash report with PlayStation. But the PlayStation 5 is fine. There's nothing wrong with the PlayStation 5. It's just Cyberpunk being
Yeah,
buggy.
okay. Maybe it is.
So, but you should test that out maybe then with other games. Because if it happens with other games, that would be a problem.
No, it never happened with other games.
Yeah, then it's probably Cyberpunk.
Yeah, maybe it's Cyberpunk, yeah.
Is there anything else? How is your experience? What games have you played so far?
Assassin's Creed, Cyberpunk. I played some Payday. I played some Doom. Some minor indie titles, Forza Horizon. Yeah, that was it, I think.
And do you notice a difference with loading times and?
Oh yeah, the loading times are. I mean, comparing it with past gen is insane. I mean, you should know this as well when you boot up Cyberpunk. It's like
fast.
It's
Wow.
so quick.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's really cool. The power of these consoles.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't even used fully. You know that, right?
No,
it's just
no.
backwards compatibility that like makes these games run faster.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see what PlayStation 5 and Xbox games that are like made for these next gen systems can do. That's really going to be very cool.
I know the loading times for Outer Worlds. That's a game I played as well. On past gen was like insane. You were like sitting there minutes waiting, and on current gen it's like 15 seconds, and your game is completely booted. So
yeah, these SSDs are very fast.
Technology.
I also installed Witcher 3 just recently. After playing Cyberpunk now, I'm really like, thinking about playing Witcher 3 again. And I want to see how it performs in backwards compatibility.
I think they will. They already said it. Oh, never mind.
They will. Witcher 3
they will bring in.
Upgrade.
With ray tracing and stuff. Have you played
Witcher 3 on Xbox Series S?
No. Because I only recently played it on PlayStation 4.
So I really wanna see how fast the loading times are. I've seen like some stuff for Witcher 3 that the loading times were so fast. I don't know for which console it was. They were so fast that the loading screen couldn't the world couldn't keep up with the loading.
Lol.
And you saw the world. So Geralt was already like loaded, but the world around him was boom, like wasn't. You see that in a second, like loading in, because normally you see loading screens for this. So
with FIFA, when you play online matches, so how they handled loading screens was they showed you when you played online multiplayer your opponent's team. So you had these cards on the different positions, and then you could check out your opponent's team and see which player he plays, which tactic, which formation he uses. But with the new consoles, the loading screens are so quick that you can't even see which player he uses.
Wow.
It's like that fast loaded. Yeah, the SSDs in these consoles are really powerful.
Well, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Have you used any of the new features?
Quick resume. Yeah, you can't choose. It's actually really strange because sometimes on cold boot, from my console, when I open up a game, it says quick resume, and I'm like, but
That's weird.
my console was completely off. What are you quick resuming? I didn't play
Sure,
yet.
you don't mean like that it's not in rest mode?
No, like power completely off.
Really
I
cold booted, yeah.
Yeah, I have my console in yeah, how can I say it? I can switch the power on and off. Yeah, that sounds dumb, but yeah, I can
No,
switch
I
the power
get you.
on.
Yeah.
So it's completely off, and then I put it on again, and then power on my console. So it's called booted, and then it says when you boot a game like quick resume. So it's really strange, but quick resume is fun. How is it on PlayStation?
Mm. My PlayStation 5, from booting from cold, is really
Mm-hmm.
fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like 5 seconds. And when you load a game, depending on which game,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for instance, Miles Morales, which is made which has a mode made for PlayStation 5 that loads in 2 seconds. 2. And Cyberpunk, I think around 10
Yeah,
seconds.
10 seconds, something like that. And that's the current gen. Wait till next year when the enhanced version for next gen consoles is released.
Yeah. It's already pretty powerful stuff.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah, I think we said everything we wanted to say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, the last thing I wanted to talk about, the games that you look forward to the most for 2021. Yeah.
Let's call 3 games. The 3 games that
3
you look.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I'm going to go. I have a playlist on YouTube where I always keep like my top 10 most anticipated games, so I can look pretty quickly. Yeah, all right. You can start.
Okay, it's in no specific order. There's just three games that
Okay,
yeah. First of all, the Harry Potter game.
Yeah. Hogwarts Legacy.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it.
Wait. Are we going to take games that we are sure of that will release next year, or just
No.
games for
Also,
the future in general?
also, yeah. Just in general.
All right, then I could also say Elder Scrolls 6, even though that's going to take 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay. Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy then.
Hogwarts Legacy, just because of its universe as well. It's so nice.
Yeah, a lot of people love Harry Potter. I also love Harry Potter. I have it in my top 10 also most anticipated games. Is it going to come next year? I don't know per se. We should like see a gameplay presentation.
Yeah, If they don't do it, then I'm starting to get worried.
Yeah. But it looks pretty far along, at least in that trailer. So I think, and of course we already knew about this game for some time because of the leaks.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like 2 years or something?
Oh. Yeah, one.
It
what
was
the
at
first
least
time?
1.5,
What?
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. It was quite far off with the leaks, and it got it on Reddit, and then it got deleted again on YouTube.
Yeah. So I think that we have a pretty big chance that it shows up next year. Well,
I think so.
I maybe I'm too optimistic because we have Corona and everything gets delayed, and maybe we should lower our expectations. But if it comes this year, of next year, I mean, then that's going to be pretty great, huh? All right. My third game. Yeah, I have a top 10, and I don't know what to pick. I will take then something else than Hogwarts Legacy because. Avowed from Obsidian. This is basically going to be Elder Scrolls 2.0.
Yes, it's going to be.
We don't know a lot about it. But they are getting a big budget from Microsoft. Obsidian is finally bought by a big publisher. They already wanted to be bought by a long time. And you played like the Outer Worlds, right? Now they get a big budget for it.
Yeah.
And they have talent. You see it in the Outer Worlds. You see it in Stick of Truth. They made Stick of Truth. Cyberpunk. They made Pillars of Eternity. It's going to be in the Pillars of Eternity world.
Yeah, it's a great game as well.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
I played a little bit of it. It's a really interesting world.
All right, then that's going to be pretty cool, and it's supposed to be this Elder Scrolls. Yeah, a second version of Elder Scrolls, just like a different IP. It's also going to be first person with this like magic in one hand and the sword in the other. If you played Skyrim or Oblivion or Morrowind, so yeah, that's pretty hyped. I want to see the gameplay of that. So what's your
next year? My second game isn't really one game. It's not. I'm not cheating, but it. So FIFA, so EA and Konami both announced that the next entry of their soccer games will be completely new. That's the reason why Konami resold their previous game, PES 20, again at a lower price, only updated the squads and the kits. So actually the thing that EA is doing for the last 4 and 5 years, they did this year as well, but didn't ask $60 for it. And then they announced that because of that fact, they are remaking a whole new PES game next gen. And I think EA is doing the same with FIFA as well. And this is something that I'm really looking forward to. What they're going to do with
like a different gameplay style.
Yeah.
What if they would make a first-person soccer game?
I think that would be very difficult to play. Because you have this game mode where you only control one player, and you have this camera angle that's only focused on you, and it's very hard to play at that level. And then you also have a vision what's going around you. But I think in first person, that would be difficult. It would be interesting.
It's already like on a. Like the cameras above the players, of course. What can they do like different then?
Soccer is soccer, so you can't change anything gameplay wise, but there are different game modes in. Now I'm really talking about FIFA. It's called career mode. So you are the manager of a club. Yeah, there you can change a lot of things. Maybe that you can walk first person around your training fields or your stadium and be like the coach standing next to the field, managing your team whilst playing a game with thousands and thousands of fans screaming around you. That's something that I want to see.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So, what about you, Max?
I need to choose. I have the sequel of Breath of the Wild or Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, I will take Final Fantasy 16 because everyone knows probably what a sequel to Breath of the Wild will be. It's I don't think they will change too much on a sequel to Breath of the Wild. You know, my most favorite Zelda game is Ocarina of Time. And my second favorite is Breath of the Wild. They are both like these 10 out of 10 games. But I want my criticism, my only criticism I had with Breath of the Wild was like the story was being told with like backflashes, flashbacks, sorry. And these were like not randomly. I'm sorry, that's false. I mean, they were like you have to search for them in the open world. And because of Breath of the Wild's free nature, it hurts a bit of the storytelling. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would like a bit more traditional Ocarina of Time type of storytelling and dungeons. I missed like Ocarina of Time's dungeons more than they had in Breath of the Wild. They were also really good in Breath of the Wild, the big beast dungeons. But I think they were like a bit too few of them. There were like only 4. While in Ocarina of Time you have like 8 of them, double the amount. So if they can like streamline this experience with some more dungeons like Ocarina of Time and the more traditional storytelling, but still to keeping Breath of the Wild's openness, if that makes sense, then you might have the best Zelda game ever made.
Well, I think they're going to play it safe with the next Zelda game because they know what success Breath of the Wild actually was. I don't think they will change that much gameplay wise, game mechanic wise, story wise, because why would they?
But they don't need to change a lot in order to achieve this. They basically you basically have to make they already have the open world. They will just reuse it, but with new maybe little cities being built and maybe a few new dungeons. Maybe you can go underground. They will use the same architecture that's there, basically. So I think it's possible, but
okay,
that's just my thing. Yeah, Final Fantasy 16 is the world looks really interesting. It's more back to medieval fantasy, and they have the combat system director of Devil May Cry, and Devil May Cry has a really good combat system. So I already love the Final Fantasy VII Remake combat system, but this is even more action. They are going full on action now. So yeah, they are a bit both tight. So all right. What is your last game?
My last game, and you're going to say that it is cheap, and I admit it is cheap. But after the last trailer for the GTA 5 expansion, everyone on the internet is saying that there is a rumor in the trailer suggesting
with the 60s or like
suggesting that GTA 6 is expected to be sooner than we think.
I don't know. I hope, but
So, GTA 6, yes. Confirmed. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I hope for you. I don't know. Rockstar has been milking
Quiet.
GTA 5 to death.
Yeah, but for the rest, they have been quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet.
But
You know?
you know what the problem is with Rockstar? They have a few studios in in their uh, under their belt, you know. But they all use all of their studios on one project at a time, and I don't know why. They have so much money to invest in more developers and more studios, more resources, and I get that they are like they always want to make the best thing that's cool, you know, and that's good, but now it's starting to hurt them with only updating with GTA Online. GTA 6 is in development. It would be stupid even if they wouldn't. It makes too much money, that franchise. So
Yeah, we only have to wait.
basically, the question is just when it comes.
When?
You know?
When? Not if, just when.
Yeah. There is like that Jason Schreier dude, the journalist insider. He does know a lot of stuff, and he did say that it was in development, but he said it would just be like it would be still some time, basically. But let's see. I hope so. All right. Do you have anything to add to that?
No. You tell me your last game.
Yeah, you know it already. But I will take two. I want to cheat a bit. Elder Scrolls 6.
You fuck off. You already took two.
Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, both. Elder Scrolls 6 is something that I know what to expect of. I think everyone. But Starfield is like a new thing, and new things are always like, what is it going to be? You know, it could be great, or it could be shit. Starfield is probably going to be just a Elder Scrolls in sci-fi, in space. There are rumors that you can like fly, like No Man's Sky, fly your own spaceship towards planets and land.
So cool.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls 6 is the most hyped game now for me since Cyberpunk and Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah. But the problem is there isn't a lot to go on. We only know the setting. Elder Scrolls 6 is probably going to be in Hammerfell or in High Rock. Or both.
Of both. Or all. Just everything at the same time.
Would be cool if it would be all the countries. Like online. But I don't think they will.
Nah.
Yeah. All the provinces, I mean.
That would be so cool.
Yeah. But one thing Todd Howard said, which I find pretty interesting, in an interview, they finally like have the technology to make what they want to make with both Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. I don't know what he means with that. I mean,
maybe finally a new engine.
One
maybe
that doesn't
it's
bug out.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Come on.
What type of technology could he mean? I mean,
maybe with the new oh my god, I was Unreal technologies with or maybe with ray tracing, advanced physics, these things.
Yeah.
With the loading, with the power of the SSDs in consoles, faster loading times, faster loading of data in general.
What I want to see of those two games are bigger worlds, but not sacrificing any quality, I suppose. Look, I would be happy if Starfield would just say, like, we only have 10 planets, but those 10 planets are very detailed. And it's basically like its own solar system that you can travel.
Yeah.
I don't need, like, No Man's Sky, 1 million trillion planets. Then
yes, we do, Max. We do.
No, I would rather than have 10 amazingly detailed planets. Yeah. So those are like games that we look most forward to. But when it comes to like releasing Elder Scrolls 6, that's not releasing next year.
GTA
Starfield,
6.
though, there are some strong rumors for that will release next year. There are job listings for Starfield, and there are like merch already printed for the game. And what was it? And there's like the patent of the copyrighted name of Starfield itself needs to be renewed this year, and it costs a lot of money to do that.
Strange that they have to redo it again. Yeah.
Well, it only stays copyrighted for a certain amount of time without doing anything
without using it.
Yeah. So they have to basically use it this year, coming year in 2021. Or otherwise they are going to pay a lot of extra money to just keep it.
Oh my god.
So all the stars are aligning.
Yes.
Starfield.
Oh my god. Please don't. Never do that again.
Yeah. And a bug-free game would also be nice.
Oh no, that's nah.
That
not
is
necessary.
Just that isn't like the nature of Bethesda. If it isn't a Bethesda game if it doesn't have bugs.
There you are.
I thought for the longest time that like that bug in Skyrim where you put a bucket and over someone's head, that was like a feature.
Yeah, it was everybody thought this was a feature, but then he was like, no. This is a bug. But I mean, if you want to call it a feature.
Yeah. Well, I think we're done with the podcast then.
Yeah, I think if anyone made it till this moment in one go, respect.
Yeah.
Big respect.
Yeah. So, thank you all for listening to this podcast. I will be doing the review for Cyberpunk. It will be uploaded soonly-ish. Assassin's Creed 2.
I just promised next week, so yeah.
If it's not there, then blame Ban.
Yeah.
Well, we will see you in the next podcast. Have a nice holiday season as well.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone, keep it safe.
Yeah, keep it safe. Wear your masks. And we will see you next time.
Yeah, bye. Guys.